Hello and welcome everyone. As you all know, we didn't have the chance to learn the grammar rule of Unit 16, 17 and 18 for second year due to the circumstances of coronavirus spreading all over the country and the procedures that followed by shutting down schools. So I have made a presentation for you to explain the passive voice in present and past simple tenses. Let us look at the formulation. The form of the passive is verb to be plus past participle. In present, am, is, or are plus past participle. For example, calcium is needed for strong bones. In the past, was or were plus past participle. For example, many homes were damaged by the heavy rain. How do we do the present simple passive? In the present simple passive, we use am, is, or are plus pp, the past participle of the verb. So we are talking about the verb here, and we should know that we have two types of the verb. Let us see. We have regular verbs form and irregular verbs form. For regular verbs form, we just add ed for all persons. Persons here I mean he, she, it, I, we, you, they. Look at the examples here. Play, played. Work, worked. Stay, stayed. Listen, listened. So I just added ed at the end of the verb to get the past participle. For regular verbs, the form changes from infinitives, usually with a vowel change. It can be grouped according to certain group patterns, which helps to memorize them. Let us remember some of regular verbs together. Look at the first column here, simple forms, infinitive, the verb finish. When I want it in past simple, I just added ed at the end of the verb, finished. The same in past participle, finished. Stop, stopped, stopped. Wait, waited, waited. For irregular verbs, the simple form infinitive, look at the verb see here. It becomes so in the past, seen in past participle. Make, made, made. Pot, pot, pot. So, let us know first what is the active voice. In an active sentence, the subject is doing the action. The subject is doing the action. Look at the example. He loves his mom. He is the subject, the one who is doing the action. He loves his mom. His mom is the object of the sentence. So, he loves his mom. He is the subject. His mom is the object. Now, what is the passive voice? Passive voice is formed by making the object of the sentence into the subject of the sentence. Let us look at the example. The tiger bites John. The tiger is the subject, the one which doing the action. Bites the verb, John the object. So this is an active sentence. I want to make it passive. What should I do? First, I should define the object. Yes, John is the object. The object always comes after the verb. Bites John. So John is my object here. I should start with the object in the passive sentence. So it moves here to the beginning of the sentence. John is. Verb to be is, not are. Why? Because John, the subject, is singular. John is bitten. The past participle of the verb bite is bitten. This is irregular verb. Bite, bitten. Okay, now I want to mention the subject. So I just add by before it. The subject here moves to the end of the sentence. So John is bitten by the tiger. This is a passive sentence. Okay, John, the object, becomes the subject. The tiger here, the subject, it becomes the object of the passive sentence. Let us move to another example. Mom cooks food. This is an active voice. Mom is the subject. Cooks, the verb. Food, the object. So I want to make it passive. What should I do? As I did before, I should define the object, food, and moves it to the beginning of the sentence here. Food. Then comes verb to be. Food is singular. So food is cooked. Cooked, the past participle of the verb cook. This is regular verb, so I just added ed to get the past participle. Subject, verb to be, past participle. By mom. Mom here, the subject, it becomes the object. So food is cooked by mom. This is a passive sentence. So I have a basic rule here. Singular subjects need singular verbs. A car, Sarah, or Ali is. Plural subjects need plural verbs. Clothes, friends, are. Now look at this example in an active form. The girl clicks selfie. And notice the object of the active sentence when it becomes the subject in singular form or in plural form. So back again to the sentence. The girl clicks selfie. Selfie is the object. Okay, it becomes after the verb here. Click selfie. So I should start with the object at the beginning of the passive sentence. So with a capital letter, selfie. Now selfie is or are. Excellent. Selfie is. It is a singular form. Selfie is. Clicked, the past participle of the verb click. Clicked. It is regular verb. I just added ed to get the past participle. Selfie is clicked by the girl. The subject here in active form becomes the object. It's not a real object, but it is the object here in the passive. So look at the second sentence. Michelle washes the clothes every morning. So once again I should define the object. Yes, the clothes. Excellent. Notice the object. it is in singular form or in plural form. The clothes, yes, the clothes are, it's a plural form. The clothes are washed. Yes, excellent. The past participle of the verb wash is washed. It's a regular verb. The clothes are washed by Michelle every morning. So, what is the singular form of the word cloth? Cloth. Cloth. Excellent. We have another example. The professor teaches the students. This is an active form. Okay, the professor here is the subject, the one who is doing the action. So, this is an active sentence. Now I want to make it a passive sentence. So, what should I do? Yes, once again I should define the object. The object always comes after the verb. The students are. Yes, verb to be are. The students are taught. Past participle of the verb teach is taught. The students are taught by the professor. By the professor. Excellent. Now you have noticed that we have changed the subject pronoun to become an object pronoun after by in the passive. I becomes by me, we by us, you by you, he by him, she by her, it by it, they by them. Now the main part, the usage. When do we use the passive voice? The passive voice, we use the passive voice when the focus is on the action. The focus here, this word in Arabic, it means al-tarkiz. We use the passive voice when the focus is on the action. The subject, who or what is performing the action, is not important or known. Another use, maybe you don't want to mention the person doing the action. Mention here, this word in Arabic, it means يذكر أو يخبر عن شخص. The person, it means in Arabic الشخص. So what should I say? Like the example here, the picture is painted. Just it, the picture is painted. I don't want to tell who painted this picture. I don't want to tell the name. So I just say the picture is painted. We have another example. Everybody loves chocolate. This is an active sentence. I want to make it passive. I should start with the object. The object is chocolate. So it becomes the subject here in the passive. Chocolate is loved by everybody. Chocolate is loved by everybody. So how do we do negative form of present simple passive? Making a negative present simple passive form is easy. Just insert not between am, is, or are and past participle. Let us see the example. Spanish is not spoken in China. So I want to make a negative. What did I do? I just inserted not between verb to be and past participle. Is not spoken. Spoken here is the past participle of the verb speak. Excellent. Another example. These flowers aren't planted here. Yes. The negative. What should I do? I should insert not between verb to be here are and the past participle, the verb planted. Yes, these flowers aren't planted here. Notice the contracted forms isn't and aren't. Contracted here, this word in Arabic, it means الشكل المختصر. Moving on to questions in present simple passive. Yes, no question. To make a yes no question in present simple passive, swap the subject and am, is, or are. Let us see the example. US dollars are accepted at Dubai airport. Yes, this is a passive sentence. What should I do to make a yes no question out of this sentence? Yes, excellent. Swap the subject and verb to be. What is my subject? US dollars. And verb to be are. Swap verb to be and the subject. So what should I do is moving are here to become at the beginning of the sentence, followed by US dollars. So it becomes are US dollars, are US dollars. Are US dollars accepted at Dubai airport? The rest of the sentence is still as it is. Just put a question mark at the end of the question to make it a question. Of course. So, are US dollars accepted at Dubai airport? This is a yes no question. Okay. Let us go through another example. Coffee is served here. This is a passive sentence. Once again, I want to make a yes no question. Remember, I should swap the subject and verb to be. Am, is, or are. Okay, define the subject here. Coffee is the subject, followed by verb to be. Swap them to get yes no question. So you should start with is at the beginning of the question, followed by coffee. Let us see. Is coffee. Yes. Coffee is, it becomes is coffee. The rest of the sentence remain as it is coffee served here. Just put a question mark at the end to make it a question. Yes, don't forget that. Excellent. Now, how do we answer a yes no question? Look at the example. Is the test written in room A11? Yes, it is. No, it isn't. Another example. Are grapes grown in Egypt? Yes, they are. No, they aren't. To conclude, the structure for asking yes/no question in present simple passive is am, is, or are plus subject plus past participle. Now moving on to WH question. Moving on to WH question. To make a WH question, insert a question word before am, is, or are. Let us see the example. This pie is made of apples. This is a passive sentence. First, I will make a yes/no question to make it easy for me to make a WH question. Let us remember, what should I do to make a yes/no question? And the passive. Yes, excellent. Swap verb to be and the subject. This pie is, it becomes in a yes/no question, is this pie? Is this pie made of apples? The rest of the sentence is still as it is in the question. Just add question mark at the end to make it a question. Now I want to make a WH question, and it will be easy. Just insert the question word before verb to be here. Question word before verb to be here, before is, to get my WH question. Let us see. What is? Yes. What is this pie made of? Of course, you have noticed that I have got rid of apples. Why I have got rid of apples? Because it is my answer. So I shouldn't write here after of. Excellent. This is a question. This is the answer. What is this pie made of? This pie is made of apples. Let us go through another example. These items are usually brought here by noon. This is a passive sentence. Like I did before, I will make a yes/no question. Let us say it again. What should I do? Yes. Swap verb to be. Now I want to make a yes/no question out of this sentence. These items are usually brought here by noon. What should I do? Once again, I should swap verb to be, are, and the subject, these items. I should start with are, followed by these items to get the yes/no question I want. Are these items usually brought here by noon, and the question mark. So now it is easy for me to make a WH question. Once again, I should insert a question word here before are. What should I use? Yes, look at by noon here. Yes, what a question word I should use to ask about time. Excellent. When? When are these items usually brought here? Excellent. Now let us remember some of the question words that we have learned together. Who? I use who to ask about a person. I use what to ask about a thing or an action. I use when to ask about a time. I use where to ask about a place. I use why to ask about a reason. Reason here, it means in Arabic al-sabab. I use how to ask about a number or the way something is done. To sum up, the passive voice, this tense, is used when the focus is on the action. It's important, it's not important, or not known. However, it's not important or not known who or what is performing the action. Now I want you to do this exercise in your notebook. Rewrite the sentences in passive voice. He opens the door. She pays a lot of money. Does a police officer catch the thief? This is the end of the questions. This presentation is made by Miss Ala Ahmed Abd Tawab. Remember, practice, practice, practice. I hope you have enjoyed watching this video and found it helpful. See you soon in the next video with the past simple passive by the will of Allah. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.